Hey friends, welcome back to Beloved Life Today, where we talk about real life and real faith. If you're in the middle of a long job search or you're tired and discouraged and wondering if God is even listening, this video is for you. Today in our video, we're going to dive into how we can wait well with purpose and with hope guiding our way, knowing that even if it's exhausting, that we can continue to have hope, that we don't need to give up, and that we can continue to keep our heads up, have faith, and that someday soon, all of our efforts will pay off. The verse that I continually go back to in every season that I'm in, but most certainly in the seasons where I am in what I could like to call a hallway moment. Maybe a door has closed or even slammed behind me and a new door hasn't opened. And I have to find hope in that season because sometimes that hallway moment can be really long and really dark and not fun at all. But I like to look to Proverbs 3, 5, and 6 to give me hope in this season, in what I'm to do in this season, and how I'm to lead myself and to lead the job search and to trust God in the midst of it all, knowing that He is with me. His presence goes before me and it is in this season with me as well. So Proverbs 3, 5, and 6 says, "Trust in the Lord with all your heart. Lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways submit to Him, and He will make your paths straight." In this time, we need to trust in God. Trust that He's going to get us through this season. He may not necessarily make a job poof come out of the air. He may not give it on a silver platter to you. We do have to put in the work, but we have to trust God. We have to trust Him with all of our heart that He is going to guide us and lead us into the right place. It may be in a few months, maybe in a few years, but He is going to lead us into the places where we can make the best difference, we can make the most influence, and we can continue to be provided for in this season of life. And there's many times where I want to give up in those seasons because realistically speaking, we get to the end of our rope. We've applied to 100+ jobs. We've gone on numerous interviews and nothing is happening. But that's not always how God works. Maybe there is a job that's in the works that's being created right now that you may not even know about. Maybe God wants to grow things in your life through this season. Maybe He wants to be your all in this season. I don't know what it is for you. Maybe He wants you to trust Him in this season, like Proverbs 3, 5, and 6 says. I don't know what that looks like for even myself sometimes. And it looks different. Sometimes He wants to reshape me. Sometimes he wants me to go in a different direction to a new place. Hence why I said I haven't been an art director. I've been a creative director. I've also been a children's pastor, and I've worked in missions. I've worked in curriculum development. I've worked in retail. I've worked as an assistant. I've done it all. But in all of those seasons, I've had to submit my ways to Him. I've had to submit my understanding and lay it at His feet, knowing that there's times where I can't even move the needle at all. But what I can do is I can be faithful with my season. I can get up. I can plan to apply for jobs. I can plan to move forward in what I know to do, whether it is gaining skills, whether it is continuing to trust that I've done all that I needed to do, and I've done what I can do to present myself in the best way. And it's not always up to me. It's not even always because of me why I didn't get that job. It might have been because there was an internal candidate. It might have been because there was something else that happened and the job ended up going away. And we don't know what's going on behind the background, but we can't beat ourselves up because it just isn't working out in the way we thought. But we have to also trust, again, it's putting our trust in God. It's not leaning on our own understanding, and it's submitting our ways to Him because God will make our path straight. He will guide us in the right way. And I remember sharing with a friend one time about this current season we had been in at the same time. We were both unemployed. And I kept telling her, I said, the thing that I had to do to not make myself go crazy, I had to structure my day in a way that helped me to have moments of peace, So I had to actually structure my month like that. So one week I would apply for jobs, I would do cover letters, I would prepare all those things. And then the next week I would take time to learn a skill, learn some new things. I would continue to enhance the things that I did know or grow in the skills that I am currently strong in. And I would do that as a learning week. So like the first week was applying and putting the jobs out there and then letting it do what it needs to do. The second week was filled with like learning a new skill or networking with people and kind of literally just trying to grow the skills that I already had so that I could be in the best place for that next role. The next week, I would take some time of rest. I would literally go through 2 weeks of applying for jobs and also responding if there was emails that came back, but applying for jobs, preparing cover letters and resumes, and then just continuing to trust God with that season. So I would take a week to just enjoy. I'd take the week to do some art, to go for walks, to go for hikes, spend time with friends, go grab coffee, do something that restores my soul. And then I would get back into it the next week. So I would go on this like 3 to 4 week cycle of doing this. And I wouldn't get panicked because I remembered that my trust was in God and it was in what He was doing in my life, that He was going to make my path straight, even if these jobs that I just applied for didn't work out. I had to trust that He was guiding me and growing me in this season. And with each job, with each interview, with each thing that I learned a little bit more about who I was. I learned a little bit more about how to interview and how to pace myself for this journey. Remember, keep your faith up in this job search. Don't give up. It doesn't mean pretending it's easy. It means holding on to God even when it's not, when you're struggling, when you're crying, when you're weeping, and when you have left all of the hope on the floor. Keep showing up, keep seeking, and keep trusting, even if it's small. Keep your heart open and keep your hope alive and keep walking one day at a time. We're in this together, and I want you to remember above all else, you are loved. So let's be the beloved, let's live as the beloved, and let's radiate God's love everywhere we go.